How is it?
For someone like me, who's preparing for CAT, going for coaching classes, and following the routine of a regular 21-year-old, it's quite unusual to be trying to pick up those steps out there. But every action has a motivation, a reason, or maybe two. My first reason was to watch the process of documentary filming a little more closely. How? You'd get to know. And the second reason being,
How is it?
Awesome! That was better than all the girls put together in my class.
Joking.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show.
it all started when I interviewed an acclaimed belly dancer, Meher Malik, at my friend's request. I kept thinking about the dance, and my interest in documentary filming was still in place, and in a perfectly serendipitous manner.
I was born in Delhi. When I was 6 months old, my dad got a very cool job at Hewlett Packard in Muscat, Oman. We lived there for about 17 years before coming back to India in 2006. Few years I had some very bad memories of dancing and I didn't want to dance anymore. And I was like, I don't want to dance. And it was much later actually that I rediscovered dancing, which was I think at the age of 13, 14 was when I rediscovered dancing. I had a neighbor whose sister was really good, but she couldn't tell people because she wouldn't talk about it. But I'd secretly go to her house, learn from her, come back home and practice hardcore and buy myself DVDs and practice through DVDs. And at 13 was when my exposure to belly dancing began, like when I realized that it was something that I really enjoyed watching and I'd like to learn it someday. I never thought of it ever being such a serious part of my life. It was just a thought that I would enjoy learning belly dancing. Sometime in October 2006 was when some instructors at Salsa India told me that, we're looking for a belly dance instructor. And I was like, I've never taught, but I have been dancing informally since the age of 13. And I decided to break down a class and teach them a class, and they loved it so much that they asked me to teach there. And that's when I realized that I didn't choose belly dancing chose me. And that's when I decided that I wanted to spend the rest of my life doing this because it's the only thing that felt truly right to every cell of my being. Shoulders down. Always keep your shoulders down. I guess keep pushing down the lower back. Really create length in the body. Shoulders go up, body makes smaller. Belly dancing is a social dance form where the dancer entertains all the audience that's relatively closer to her as compared to the impersonal experience of an audience and a stage and dancers on the stage. This is what it started as. That must be one of the reasons that people don't look at it as purely a stage form or an art form that can be put only in theaters, because of its social nature. There is a social aspect which we're trying to maintain because we enjoy the social aspect of it, the getting to know people, the keeping it close to people. It's very interesting. But at the same time, we're also trying to keep it theatrical for it to get that respect that other dance forms on stages are getting.
Meeting Meher was brilliant. And as I read up more on belly dance, I realize how central the idea of procreation was in belly dance. This was a tradition in many parts of the Middle East where mothers taught their daughters this dance form in order to prepare them for procreation. Even today, it's considered an excellent exercise.
Hello?
Hello. Listen, you're not putting that on Facebook, okay?
Why? But you're doing it so well.
It looks very funny. Don't do that. I was just fooling around when I did it. And besides, I look so, weird. It's embarrassing. Don't do that.
Okay, do one thing. I'm sending you a link.
What link?
Check it out. It's a male belly dancer and he's Meher's friend.
Okay.
When I actually started hip hop dancing, I thought that I should see more dance forms because I have a mentality that the more you see different dance forms, the more it comes to your body. Unfortunately, one day in one of the socials, there's a girl, the name is Meher Malik, as you guys know, and then she was dancing belly dancing. And I saw the movements and I was like, I think I can utilize these movements in whatever I do. And I think that it will give a kind of finesse to the moves which I do. And then I started working on those particular kind of moves and things. And then what happened from those moves was basically my dancing was getting better. That was a wonderful experience. I have given more than 2-3 performances with Meher and it was an amazing experience. The reason behind that is that was one of the side of me which I had never explored. Obviously, when I told my friends, I told them the things in a different manner. What I told them was actually that this is not a belly dancing performance, this is a fusion performance in which I have incorporated some hip hop movements and we have done some belly dancing moves, which was more on the lines of belly dancing because the whole costume was belly dancing and everything was belly dancing. The moment we ended the piece, we completed the piece, and I was just getting on the stage, people were like, that was the reaction. Oh, shit, dude. How can a guy belly dance and belly dance like that?
The instinct to form associations and stereotypes is so strong in humans. Like, till now, I could not associate myself with belly dance.
Over your shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up.
Hi, my name is Sharburi and I'm Audreya's mother. She's 15 years old and I'll be 44 this month.
You say.
You say.
You just ruined the whole moment. We saw some videos on YouTube by these really, really nice artists. There's some called Sadie. Have you heard of Sadie? Yeah. She's really good, and so we saw that dance. We saw how elegant and beautiful she was and the way she did the dance, and we really liked that. So we wanted to be like her.
It's really wonderful for me because as Audrey is growing up, as she grows up, she's no longer a baby now, so I don't have to be mama all the time. So it's almost like a rite of passage also for us, So she's becoming more of a friend now, through this, isn't it, Riya? So we actually talk about the dance, and I told her the first day when we were going to the class, I said, no mama this and no mama that, and you're another person learning in class, and I am, just your colleague or friend or another person in class. So, we should be, so that equality and the fact that she's growing up, it's all, I think, is very well timed, I feel. belly dancing is something that I heard about from my mother when I was really young. And again, I don't know where she heard about it, but she told me about this dance form, and she in fact kind of showed me a few steps herself. The most exciting thing or interesting thing about belly dancing that I find is the control over your body, and you know, the way that you kind of master certain parts of your body or certain areas of your body that you never even were aware of earlier. So I think somewhere it develops a kind of awareness about your own body at the end of it, after having, you know, after doing your warm-ups, after doing your and then doing the belly dance steps. There's a kind of feeling of almost euphoria, which does happen with a lot of dance forms because you just had a workout, but there's also a feeling of centeredness. That is, I think, quite fascinating for me.
Dancing, there's so much to learn because it's the kind of place where to be a true artist, you have to not only learn about the body and its physical self, but you have to also learn about your mind, you have to learn about your soul, and also it has affected me in the sense of helping me overcome complexes I've faced. I always believed that I needed to have a man in my life to make me feel happy about myself. And through belly dancing, I think in the past 2-3 years, when I've been focusing on my work and all these good energies have flown into my life, I don't need anybody to make me happy. You know, I don't need to put my happiness in somebody else's hands because the happiness resides in me.
You see, over the last few days, I've been moving around with these guys, with all the people they've been interviewing. What I found is that they're all very closely linked to belly dance. And from where I see it, when you talk about the body, for a woman being in front of a group of men who, you know, men leer at women, and so they would be looked upon as objects or something slightly more demeaning. Whereas if you're looking at men, the stigma is about being looked upon as something a little less masculine. But it certainly does amaze me to think that, you know, these people are so much at ease with their body and they have so much control over their body and they perform this dance form with so much grace. I almost envy them. In fact, I wish I had that kind of control over my body as well.
But you know, if you talk about the form of belly dance, I think it's very sensuous in nature, and I think somewhere it's very liberating for a woman.
If a girl is like dancing in front of me, and that too, belly dance is a very bold and seductive dance, I would actually feel a little off. I mean, I would be intimidated by the dance form in front of me.
the same thing. I think I was reading it in a newspaper where they said that belly dancing as a form of dance is also associated to feminism, and how feminism and the body image and sisterhood, solidarity, all these things coming to that it take form and shape when a woman is dancing, and it's a form of liberation for her.
There is also like a section of feminists who have a problem with belly dance because they think, yeah, it's very liberating for a woman and she feels very free of her body and all of that. But ultimately, eventually, you are doing nothing but falling prey to chauvinistic voyeurism yourself. And
I wouldn't call it that because, I mean, of course, they have the right to they're entitled to their views. But what I feel is that it's more about the ease with which you can handle your body, and if they're comfortable with handling their body, if they're at ease with their body, that's something really to look up to, because even I would like to have that sort of comfort level in my own body.
Also, I don't think so. It's only about male gaze. Like it's not something. It's not a gratification kind of thing that you are presenting for men only. I think you're doing it for yourself and for your own growth as an individual.
My name is Urvashi Butalia and I am a publisher and a writer based in Delhi. We are in Gulmohar Park right now where you are talking to me about belly dance. Okay, I think the relationship of feminism to belly dance is a fairly complex one because it's the part of belly dancing which has to do with performance and which has to do with performance in public spaces where the woman may be in an exploitative relationship or may be coerced into performing for men and be leered at and so on, that feminism is actually against, and that is against the commoditization of the woman's body. So it could be belly dance, it could be anything else. But belly dance itself as a dance form, I don't think feminism necessarily per se has a problem with that, because it's a dance form that has to do with the body and it has to do with an expression of the body, and it is generally associated with freeing the body, expressing your sexuality and so on and so forth. So, I mean, as a feminist, I don't have a problem with that. But yes, the exploitative, performative part of it, which can lend itself to exploitation, I would have a problem with.
Belly dancing is not something that's new. If people wanted to draw attention, if women wanted to use this just as another way to declare emancipation or draw attention to themselves for sensuality's sake or whatever, it makes no sense, because this isn't how it originated anyway, and this isn't how this dance form has been handled or performed, within families, within societies, mother handing the art down to the daughter, more of physical preparation, for motherhood, and a tool to kind of look after your body. So it's been there for ages. So it's nothing new that suddenly women need to use to now appear emancipated, right?
See, I think the reality of performances is that very often they take place in situations which are made and framed in a patriarchal way, and which are made for an exploitative kind of gaze, if you like, and interaction as well. So no matter how much the woman may feel herself that she is actually freeing her body and expressing herself in a particular way, that doesn't take away from the way she is actually perceived largely by her male audience. In a sense, I think that for their own self-respect and for their own dignity and for their own subjectivity, what they are doing is to try and subvert and reject and resist this patriarchal gaze that turns them into a sex object. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it does exist. But if she feels that it's not something that is destroying her dignity, then I think it's something we cannot really argue with.
I'm not going to make big statements about, oh, I feel emancipated and I've broken all the rules of society, and I'm not going to say these things because that might be true for someone, but it's not true for me. I am who I am. I am rebellious. I do like to do things I believe in. But at the same time, I feel like it's mostly helped me in understanding basic things about myself, the way I react to situations, the way people react to situations, and it's made me sensitive. And it's the sensitivity that has helped me in growing up.
Yeah, for my sisters, yeah. So sweet, so beautiful. Yeah, every day like we are from. Don't nobody knows how she feels. Aisha, lady, I'm ready to live. Still, she moves like a breeze. Swear I'll keep it right on my way. To have her shine my head by my side.
You know, we concentrate a lot on belly dancing as a public performative act, but there are people, and there are women who learn belly dancing who never get out for a performance. There are lots and lots of women there, thin, fat, round, everybody learning belly dancing. And in the early days of belly dance, it was never associated with the slim, flat stomached body, because you actually needed to have a proper belly in order to be able to do that dance. No? So I think we must remember that aspect of it as well. Of course, the body is the most important expression of that dance, and a joyful relationship with the body and a lack of embarrassment with the body, and no matter that the body may be not perfect in the given terms, you know, and how it is described, I think that is definitely expressing a very deep feminism.
You know, the fact that I'm learning belly dancing today is not because someone allowed me to do it. You know, I built my life up in a way where I do things that I enjoy doing, and if there are constraints, I work around those constraints, I break barriers. And it's not that, you know, people have just handed things to me on a platter and said, okay, you know, here it is, here's your life, and go live it.
This was 3 years back when I was still a newcomer in the industry, and this guy came up to me and said, "Acha, to aap hame aur kya de sakte hain?" And I said, "Hum aapko apni gaand mein bamboo de sakte hain," you know. So there are people who, you know, who said things to me. I've slapped men, I've walked away from situations, but I guess with time I'm learning to deal with it better.
Labels can get attached to anything very easily. You know, there are enough people out there to put labels on anything. Belly dancing is just probably now the latest thing to kind of say, oh, you know, it's against our culture. I don't think that women need to worry about labels all the time.
I'm not denying the fact that there isn't dirt like this in the belly dancing market, because there is. There are people like, there are Russian dancers, there are, even in Delhi for example, we have this. We have Russian dancers who I know for a fact are also part-time prostitutes. I feel because people are ignorant, they do think that these little 1 or 2 stories that they've heard about, they can kind of, standardize it for everyone. If we start putting in thought about what every person's thinking about us, then I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to do anything that makes us happy.
I can understand, sometimes there are constraints that are big enough for you to probably give up on your dream for a bit or forever. But it's a pity if you don't at least try.
You inspire me, artists of the dance. I see in you the beauty of a stance. You have taught me grace and poise, dignity divine, an awakening of body, soul and mind.
I'm not really looking at performing in that sense. This is more about self-discovery. This is more about just finding out different things that I can do, that I can enjoy, and it's more like an art form for me. It's an art to pursue.
For me, belly dancing is life. It's learning about myself. It's learning about people, and it's learning about things that are existent, things that are non-existent, and things that can be and can't be. So it's a whole world of images and colors and smells, and it's this whole world of emotions, and it's just so much to me. And it's, when I think about what it is to me, it's too hard to even put everything in a word or even a sentence, because it means almost everything to me.